So this is the part 2 of our off shoulder tutorial, and if you haven't watched the part 1, please do that first. It will help you in understanding this part 2 better. And then, like we said, the measurement for the back was 12.5, right, which is 12 and a half, 12.5. So in cutting your off shoulder, of course, you're going to cut the back separate and the front separate. So we'll be assuming this is for our back measurement, okay? You can still use the same method in cutting the front. Now, when it comes to off shoulder, you can decide to subtract 5, you can decide to subtract 6, you can decide to subtract 7, 8, depending. It depends on what you want. If you want your cleavage to show, you can subtract from 7, 8 and above. But if you want to leave it real decent, you don't want anything to show, you can leave it at either 5 or 6. Now, let's assume for the purpose of this tutorial, we're assuming we want to subtract 6 in total. We want to subtract 6. Now, in subtracting 6, all I need to do is measure our shoulder. Like we said, what we have here is 12.5, which is 12 and a half. So since this fabric is folded into 2, we are going to mark 6 and quarter. 6 and quarter, 12.5 divided by 2 is going to give us 6 and quarter, which we mark. This is 12 and a half. Yeah, you fold your tape like this to get the exact measurements that you want. Now, this is 6 and quarter, okay? You mark your 6 and quarter, and I'm going to be adding ½ inch. This ½ inch will serve as the allowance I will use in joining the sleeve to the main dress or the main top you are making, okay? Now, we are assuming that we subtracted 6, right? We're assuming that we subtracted 6. Now, our armhole for this particular tutorial is 9. I'm just going to mark 9, okay? 9. Get your curved rule for your armhole. And then you cut, okay? Now for this, you can decide to leave your outfit like this, or second option, if you want your off shoulder to have a little bit of curved, okay, you want it to have a little bit of curve. Now I'm just going to come down here by 1 inch. I'll come down here by 1 inch. Let's assume that in total what you want to subtract is 7 inches. After generally subtracting 6 inches from this place, you come down and subtract your extra 1 inch, okay? And if generally you want to subtract 6 inches, you want to subtract 6 inches in total, first of all subtract 5, then come down here and subtract 1, then you connect it to this place, okay? So I'm just going to connect. Now, you know, some off shoulder usually have curve, so this is what I'm talking about, to make your off shoulder have curve. All right, so do well to follow for more.